I've always been involved and cared about animals my whole life, even as a young child. And I became involved with the Humane Society in the early 70s. My dad was heavily involved. He was one of the first 2 people that responded to the ad in the paper. As you know the story, probably 2 ladies were sitting out one summer evening and saw this stray dog and didn't know what to do with it and all that. So they decided to form a Humane Society, but they had no idea how to do it or where to start. So they just put an ad and a little blurb in the paper and said, anybody interested in helping us out, you know, please respond. And, you know, just those 2 people did at first. They fostered the animals. We had no shelter, nothing. He would bring animals home and we'd pick up stray dogs or whatever. And there was no place to put them, so Mrs. Uphoff had them at her house, my dad had them at our house and all that. You know, and then they started raising money. We used to stand on street corners and hold out a sign, you know, collecting for Humane Society at major intersections, and you know, we'd collect money little by little. And then we needed land to build a shelter, first of all. And that was a major problem because nobody wanted barking dogs in their neighborhood or a shelter. So finally, the people that owned this whole farm area contacted Mrs. Uphoff, and they donated some land to us and the house that they lived in. And then the house has since been torn down, of course, and the modular place has been put up. The front part of this building was the first, where the runs are. That was the first area. And the office was around where the bathroom is over there and where the washers and dryers are now.
I feel like Carol did this when it wasn't cool to do. And people viewed these animals then as the cast-offs, you know. I just don't think they value these animals like we do now. So she did it when it was really hard. It was just a really different time. I feel like now there's so many rescues, like organizations like Gateway Pet Guardians start up, and Partners for Pet. I mean, you just have a lot of other organizations pop up. And so the number of, now that spay neuters is so much more prevalent, the number of animals is just decreased. We, at the beginning, were the only rescue who pulled from animal control. I know there's 4 or 5 of us that are kind of the major pullers, but they work with like 30. So it just isn't, there's not so much strain. I think our commitment to the community is a little bit different. We can help some of the ones that might have behavior issues and need to work on that, or maybe they need to be socialized. It's kind of like a pipe dream. When we first started, Susan and I used to always talk about, oh, maybe if we could someday spay neuter and do low-cost vaccinations for the public. And this past year we started doing all of that. So it's just huge to me. I love the community outreach. I love all of those things that we're doing. I just think it's a big role that we should always fill. And now with us starting like work with TNR, I mean, I feel like we have a great handle on dogs, and I feel like with the TNR starting, I feel like in the next 3 years, we're gonna have a great handle on cats. TNR is Trap, Neuter, Return. So it's for the community cats or feral cats. Everyone knows, I'm sure, somewhere that they see cats roaming around. The idea behind Trap, Neuter, Return is to get them all spayed and neutered, let them live their life out, but it keeps the population under control. Animal Control has made a resolution to be no kill by 2021, which our mission is a huge part of that because we're one of the major pullers from there. So I think that going forward, BAHS is going to be a lot more involved with community outreach through vaccination clinics and spay-neuter clinics, low-cost spay-neuter clinics, TNR and cats. I mean, Animal Control will only reach that goal if all of the major organizations that pull from there are also a part of it. And we're planning on taking a big role in that. And I'm so proud of how far animal welfare has come in the time that I've been involved. So even just our little small part is huge.
How and why I got involved, my neighbor and friend, Carol Lesko, she lives in my neighborhood, and she always would walk by every day and see me outside with my animals, and we always talked to animals all the time. And then one night when she was walking by, she said, you know, I would really love if you could possibly join us at the Humane Society and help out. I know how much you love animals, and animals I've loved. I mean, they're the love of my life forever, since I was little. You know, I would meet Carol up here and, you know, we'd work on things. And it was really a fun group of people. And I mean, the animals, you can't help but fall in love with, you know, all of them when you come here. And it's really a happy place. A lot of people think, you know, I don't know how you do what you do. It's so sad. There's nothing sad about it. You know, we find homes for the animals, and there couldn't be anything happier. And we see a lot of those people at our events and our dog parades and our dog walk and run every year. They bring them all, and they're so proud of them, and so are we. And so there's really nothing sad about the Humane Society. The animals are not here very long. I mean, we adopt out 50 dogs and cats every month. I don't think I've ever fostered an animal that has left the Skinner residence, and it's a problem. So I'm not good at that. How do you bottle feed a baby and every 2 hours for, you know, 2 months, and then all of a sudden say, okay, I think it'd be better off in somebody else's home?